beautiful people, it is Maggie Liz and welcome to today's video. So I am going to be doing, as you can tell, I'm better than I was last week. Last week I sounded like a little boy. But this week I'm doing my first solo Q&A. The reason why I say solo is because I have done a Q&A before, but it was with my sister. So yeah, this is my first solo Q&A. I did title another video Q&A, but it was a personality quiz, so that does not count. So yeah, basically I have a website pulled up that you will see here in a second, and I will be answering those questions. I might skip a few if they're like way too personal, but usually I'm not closed off with opening things, like being open about things. So yeah, let's go on to the Q&A. Alright, so 50 questions you've never been asked YouTuber tag. So this one is specifically for YouTubers, I guess, but of course anyone can answer them. So yeah, the first one is, what is your favorite candle scent? Is a tie between two different ones, which is lemon and cinnamon. Love both of them, which I know completely different sides of the spectrum. But yeah, I just love lemon, like the smell of lemon, which I love lemonade, which makes sense. And I also love cinnamon, which I like spicy things, including cinnamon, so that also makes sense. On to the next one. What female celebrity do you wish was your sister? I would have to say Demi Lovato, just because she is probably one of my biggest inspirations, because we kind of grew up, battling the same things. Like, we both have depression and both have anxiety. We both had eating disorders when we were younger, but hers was like anorexic, like she didn't want to eat. Me, I overate. So yeah, and she battled through a lot of things like drugs and self-harm and things like that, which I find inspiring that she got through them. And I just love her music. She has a fucking absolute great voice. Absolutely love her, so I definitely have to choose her. Alright, so this one's pretty much the same, but it says, what male celebrity do you wish was your brother? That one's a hard one, because I've actually never thought about this one. The other one I kind of thought about, but not necessarily like sister. Like, if I could just like be friends with her, that would be great. What male celebrity? Okay, this one isn't a celebrity, but a fellow YouTuber. I would have to 100% say Markiplier. I don't really know if you would count him as like a celebrity, but I would have to say him. But like an actual celebrity, God, I have no idea. Maybe Zac Efron. Like, he seems like a really fucking cool guy. Which is weird, because I did not like the High School Musical movies at all. But just like a lot of the movies and films that he's done recently, I am a fan of. So yeah, maybe him. Maybe. That one's kind of in the open. Who knows? How old do you think you will be when you get married? Well, currently I'm dating this girl. We've been together for, this 27th of May will be 3 months. And I hope that I'll marry her one day. God, I don't know. I at least want to be married by the time I'm like 27. Like, if me and her weren't together, I would also say, like, I would want to have kids before I'm 30, but, I mean, that's physically impossible, so, so yeah, I would have to say, I at least want to be married by the time I'm, like, 27, 28, definitely 30, so yeah, that answers that question. Alright, so I had to skip quite a few questions, not because they're too personal, but because, like, I either would say, like, oh, like, I wouldn't have an answer for, or yeah, that's pretty much it. So, on to question 11. What would you name your daughter if you had one? I already know this. I would name my first daughter Katie Lynn, spelled with a D, so it's Kadielynn. And then the next question is, what would I name my son? I have no idea for that one. I never really thought that far ahead. I've always just been stuck on Katie Lynn for like a female name and a to be honest, I'd probably maybe name my first son Zane, because when I was 15, one of my friends passed away, and his name was Zane. So maybe that. I have no idea though. What was your favorite TV show when you were a child? Probably Rugrats. Absolutely loved that show. Also Ren and Stimpy, which even though they're like, oh, it's a kid's show, it really wasn't a kid's show. Like, the graphics were so bad that it was kind of scary, really. I still loved it, though. Drake and Josh, fucking love that show. To be honest, like, if they played a marathon on it, like, I would 100% watch it. I think those are, like, the main shows I watched when I was a kid. And, of course, like, mine is Barney and shit like that, because of course every fucking kid watched it as it, like, when they're younger. So yeah, that. Oh, Zoe 101, that's another one, also really liked it. So yeah, I think that might be it. Have you read any of the Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or Twilight series? I did read the entire Twilight series when I was, like, I read the first one when I was in 6th grade, the other 3? Yeah, because there was 4, right? I read the other ones when I was in 7th grade, because I was a bookworm that year. Never, like, I read the first Hunger Games. I've watched all of them, like, the entire series. I've never read any of the Harry Potter books, though, but I still, to this day, one of my favorite series is Harry Potter. I'm a Hufflepuff. Comment what your house is. Yeah, so I've read all of the Twilight, one of the Hunger Games, none of the Harry Potter, but I've seen all of the movies except for Hunger Games Part 2, like Mockingjay, I think is the last one. Yeah, I have not seen Part 2. Really still need to see it. Like, my dad wanted to get for me, like, the year that it came out, like, the movie, but by the time Christmas came along, it still wasn't out on DVD, because I think it came out, like, November, like, in movies, and usually takes months before it comes out on DVD. So, yeah. Haven't seen the last part, really want to. I still don't know whatever actually happened. I'm surprised I haven't, like, gotten a shit ton of spoilers, but, you know, whatever. Would you rather have an American accent or British accent? That's easy, British. American accents really aren't as great as people think. I'd rather have a British accent because I love everything British. So, I'm going to answer the next one as well. Did your mother go to college? She did, but I think she dropped out. I'm pretty sure, went to college to be a lawyer and realized pretty much, like, how bad it was to be a lawyer. She was like, they make great money, but they're all selfish. Like, yeah, pretty much. Like, it's how it is. But yeah, so she dropped out because of that. I don't know if she ever went to college after that. Same with my dad. I don't know if my dad went to college. That's a question I would have to ask him. I don't feel like asking him right now, though. So, are your grandparents still married? My Nana and Papa are. My Grams and Grandpa are. My great-grandmother is not, because her husband died, God, like, 10 years ago? Maybe? I don't know. I was in 5th grade. So, she's still alive, though. She's, like, 96, 97. I think she turns 97 or 98 this year. So, like, she's getting there. Do you know who Kermit the Frog is? Of course I do. Oh, I skipped a question. I'll come back to that. I really wish I could do an impersonation, because that would have been, like, a perfect moment to do it, but I can't. Of course I do. Who fucking doesn't? Have you ever taken karate lessons? No, but I would love to. My sister taught me, like, how to box when I was younger, though. So, but yeah. Don't really know karate or anything, so. What what's the first amusement park you've been to? I'm pretty sure it was Six Flags. I was like 6 or 7, and of course we decided to go during Halloween week. I loved it there, like I would love to go again, but at the same time, me being 6, I was scared out of my mind 90% of the trip. Like, okay, so the first time I ever saw this video, and I've seen it many times since then, give this video a thumbs up if you know what the scary, like, pop jump scare video with the car driving. Like, literally, it's like driving with like peaceful music, and then like it goes around the corner, and then it pans off, and this scary zombie looking thing pops out of nowhere. Still scared shitless of that video, which is weird because I am not scared of horror at all. Like, I can watch like 20 horror movies in a row and not be scared, but when it comes to like those like pop-up videos, they scare the shit out of me, and it still scares me. But yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you know what video I'm talking about. And my mom's an asshole. She's the one that looked in it, gave no reaction, so I was like, oh, like, it's not gonna be a like jump scare thing. And I looked, it was like in a little peephole, and I looked in, and I jumped at least like 10 feet back and ran, screaming. So thanks, Mom of the Year. So yeah, like I said, give this video a thumbs up if you know what video I'm talking about. And if you don't, just search up on YouTube, scary car jump scare. It should be like the first fucking video that pops up. So, anyway, the next one is, what language besides your native language would you like to be fluent in? Probably Spanish, because that is like one of the most like well-known, like that is where like Spanish is like spoke almost everywhere in the world, so it'd be really easy. So yeah, I would have to say that, or maybe French. French is great. I tried to learn French when I was younger. All I remember is bonjour. That's all I remembered, French. Do you spell the color as gray or gray? The first one, unless if it's someone's last name, because I did go to school with this guy whose last name is Gray, and it was spelled the second way. So, but like the color, I always spell it the first way, Grey. People who spell it Gray they're weird. Is your father bald? Yes, he actually is. So, do you know triplets? No, I do know a couple pairs of twins. Maybe I only know one. I think I actually only know one. They are annoying as fuck though, so. Do you prefer Titanic or The Notebook? Titanic. I haven't watched The Notebook since I was like 6, so I don't really even remember what the fuck happened. Titanic though, always a classic movie. So 100% Titanic. I mean, come on, it has Leonardo DiCaprio. So, I mean, you can't fucking go wrong. And that other chick's name, I can't remember her name. Shit. I'm gonna get so much hate in the comments. That one chick, though. I also like her. Do you spell the color as gray or gray? The first one, unless if it's someone's last name, because I did go to school with this guy whose last name is Gray, and it was spelled the second way. So, but like the color, I always spell it the first way, Grey. People who spell it Gray they're weird. Is your father bald? Yes, he actually is. So, do you know triplets? No, I do know a couple pairs of twins. Maybe I only know one. I think I actually only know one. They are annoying as fuck though, so. Do you prefer Titanic or The Notebook? Titanic. I haven't watched The Notebook since I was like 6, so I don't really even remember what the fuck happened. Titanic though, always a classic movie. So 100% Titanic. I mean, come on, it has Leonardo DiCaprio. So, I mean, you can't fucking go wrong. And that other chick's name, I can't remember her name. Shit. I'm gonna get so much hate in the comments. That one chick, though. I also like her. What is the name of your favorite restaurant? It's a tie between Hibachi Grill, which is in Jefferson City. They have a few of them, I think, though. I've only been to one of them, though. And then Mystic Dragon, which is a Chinese restaurant, which is so's the other one. They're both Chinese buffets. I love Chinese food. I really think that's it. Like, those are like my favorite places to go. So, one's in Jefferson City, one's in Lowry. So, like, 2-hour difference. Can you whistle? Yes. That probably just killed your ears because of this. I just realized that. Sorry. I actually don't know if it did. Can you hear me better now? Can you? Oh, I need a life. So yeah, I can whistle. Do you sleep with a nightlight? No. Do you eat breakfast every morning? No. Like, I'm lucky if I have time to eat breakfast. Do you take any pills or medication daily? No. What medical conditions do you have? I have ulcers. But I'm pretty sure that's it. Like, that I've been, like, diagnosed with. How many times have you been in the hospital? Myself, like, actually, like, been in the hospital? I think only 2 times. Both of them were for my ulcers. The first time was to see... Actually, yeah. One of them was to see what the hell was going on. They didn't find anything, because they were awful. And then the second one's to actually put a scope down my throat, and that's how they found out I had ulcers. So, have you ever seen Finding Nemo? That was my favorite movie growing up. I loved it. Still haven't seen Finding Dory either. I need to see it. Where do you buy your jeans? Walmart or Target. What's the last compliment you got? Don't know. Not exactly sure. Do you usually remember your dreams in the morning? Half the time. What flavor tea do you enjoy? Usually just any kind of sweet tea, really. Or green tea. How many pairs... Oh, yeah. Okay. How many pairs of shoes do you currently own? 3? Like, I own my tennis shoes, which are for work, a pair of flip-flops, and a pair of high heels. So, what religion will you raise your children to practice? I don't care. Like, I'm personally an atheist, don't believe in God or any of that bullshit. Don't want to offend any Christians or Jews or anything out there. Like, I don't care what religion you are. If you're a nice person, then I don't fucking care. But yeah, like, if they want to be an atheist as well, whatever. If they want to be a Christian, don't care. Like, as long as you don't push your religion on me, then I personally don't care. I personally won't care, but they want to practice. Okay, last 2 questions? Yeah. How old were you when you found out that Santa wasn't real? I was like 10, because they told me how my sister found out. Basically, they kept all of the presents in a storage unit, and it snowed, so they couldn't get to it, and my sister was like, Santa forgot about us, and like was crying, so they had to tell her. They're like, Santa isn't real. So then they ended up telling me how she found out, so that's how I found out. Why do you have Tumblr? I don't. Is this on Tumblr? No, it's not on Tumblr. I don't know why that's a question then. I was expecting the last question to be like, why did you join YouTube? Because it's a YouTube tag. Don't have Tumblr. I do have an account, but I don't have the app. I don't use it. So, pretty much the only social media I don't use is Tumblr. So literally right after I stopped recording, my dad brought me a hamburger. Well, cheeseburger. So, oh, it has bacon bits on it. Nice. Getting fancy in this bitch. The weird thing is that even though I work at McDonald's, I actually still like eating burgers, just not theirs, unless if it's like the quarter pounder, because it's now made with fresh beef, unlike the other shit, which is made from frozen beef. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up, smash that like button. Also, comment for suggestions on upcoming videos, because I'll totally love to get your suggestions. All my social media will be down in the description. My Twitter, Instagram, Musical.ly, Snapchat, and Patreon will all be down in the description. Also, don't forget to subscribe, well, not subscribe, to go to rogue.com and use the coupon MaggieLiz to get a special deal, and it will also go back to me. And yeah, so I'm gonna go fuck this up. Remember, guys, stay lit.